Hello, darlings. It's the Hidden Rose, and as I start this, I'm thirsty. Alright, here we go. So, today, as you can tell, I am working on what is called the Fall, and I'm renaming this as I say it. And this video should actually have some music with it. I don't even care if I get the copyright bullshit. Point is, it has music to it. And here's why. So, as I mentioned in my last video, and I've been mentioning on Instagram, and I think even Twitter, I can't remember, but I know I did mention it on Instagram a couple times now, is I'm working on a new ButtonTale AU for fun! I mean, why wouldn't I do it else if it were not for fun? But, excuse me, I yeeted Basil's toy. So in this AU, just to give a little backstory for people who are curious, it's essentially adult Coraline, which if you've been following my work for a while, then you know that whenever I do anything regarding AUs for Coraline, it's generally having to do with her being an adult. And that is basically because it's easier for me to write for adults than it is for me to write for kids. I'm semi-good at working on backstories, but when it comes to actually putting in the work, I prefer to work with an adult. And the reason I chose adult Coraline for ButtonTale, I know the theme is everyone who fell down was kids. But with her, and the idea of it, the backstory behind it, so far, currently, as in 7/23/2020, oh my god, this video is literally supposed to upload in a minute. I am so sorry, this is gonna upload late. It's gonna upload an hour late, but it's just because I changed the design at the last second. That's literally what happened. I know, the people who fell were kids, but she was following the rumors of children gone missing, souls never recovered or something like that. Just, kind of that spooky stuff that gets people interested. She went to go check it out, and it's because she was curious. She wanted to know what would happen with their bodies there, and so naturally, like everyone else, she fell. And in her case, she does have the soul of determination, so that's been covered. I mean, even in the drawing, I don't know where it's going to be at this point, but you can tell, like, with the slight red hint in her eyes. Like, I seen it that, I can't remember if people said it was like a popular headcanon or something, that the color of their soul is reflected in their eyes. I don't know, I just know I've seen it, and I'm kind of using that basis on this, where she does have the red reflection in her eyes. And I'll be playing around with the idea of determination throughout the series, because this, again, she is an adult in this, and there's lines I can work on with adults that I can't with kids. Like, a lot of these moments that we see in ButtonTale that are well known might not happen with her, or there'll be different versions of them, because, again, she is an adult. She is 23 years old in this AU. One thing, that's a person walking. One thing I will say is, stop digging in the trash! One thing I'll say is, in this AU, she doesn't fight Toriel. Not in the way that it's supposed to happen. What I'm thinking right now is to, reassure Tori, is she basically tells her, hey, if you want to feel better about this, why don't you fight me? If I can defeat you, then I'm sure I can defeat anything. And it's just kind of going off that idea, not in the idea of Tori trying to protect her. So even that example right there, it's already different. Basil, stop digging in the trash! You're my ladybug, I'm so sorry. Stop! Okay. But that's what I'm looking at for this AU, and there's so much that is gonna get changed because of her being an adult. And her being an adult, and I will be going with the pacifist route with this, because it's better for me to write out. I will be doing a comic for it. That's pretty much it. Also, so, I can learn how to do comics properly. But that's what this is. That's what this whole story is her just learning more about herself and her own soul and being able to reconnect to it. And I'm going to be going into, deeper sides of the other characters. And obviously, I'm not going to nail every interpretation on the head. I'm going to mess up some character interpretations. I might mess up some of the original story. I'm trying to do research to make sure I get as many details right. But I'm always going to get something wrong. So, be patient with me. If there's mistakes in the story, I'm sorry. This is also in AU. There are going to be some different details. Yes, she is the first adult to fall. And I am using the story of Coraline Jones. I'm using her story from what happened to her as a kid, and like usual with any AU, I kind of balance it between the book and the movie. Debating on heavily, I would say I'd heavily depend on the book in this one though, just so I can actually rework her suspicions of monsters. Because the interesting thing about this is she has every reason to hate monsters for what happened to her as a kid, but she doesn't. She spares them over and over and over again. So that's why this AU is so important to me, and why I'm gonna have so much fun working on it. I wrote a little bit more to it, but I have not gotten too far. I've been playing around with some concepts for what happens afterwards, just so I can figure out her character. And I'm gonna be putting the full comic on DeviantArt, so that's that. I mean, I'm already expecting some people commenting, if people see it, like, why isn't her hair blue? Because she didn't keep dyeing it as an adult. I don't know. That's literally my mind frame about it. Is I don't think she'd keep dyeing it as an adult. Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. My point is, in my AU, she doesn't. This video is coming to an end. So, if you have any questions, comment them below, and I might answer them in the next video. If not, drink water, take care of yourselves.